If you're trying to improve your testosterone levels, this might be the only video that you need, because I'm gonna show you exactly how you can fix that with 3 key things that you can start applying right away for you to boost your testosterone levels, your energy, start feeling better, start getting rid of the gut, start building muscle, start getting rid of the love handles. Basically everything will fall in place if you follow these 3 things that I'm gonna show you today, which is, first one, how you start the day is with proper fuel. And why do we talk about this? Because this is the biggest mistake. People think they are having a high protein breakfast, but then they eat juice and a croissant for breakfast. And I see this over and over. I travel, I go to a lot of places, and I see they just like start the day with I see men like 40, 45, 50 starting the day with a cappuccino and a croissant or bread with butter, like literally no protein. And what I'm going to show you here is how you can fuel your day and your body with the right sources of protein, so that you start the day well with real whole foods that will satiate you, that will fuel your body, your mind, and that will satisfy you and not give you cravings. Because the thing is that you're probably having cravings. You eat juice and a cappuccino and a croissant or bread, and 30 minutes later you have an insulin spike, then you have a crash, and you're going to be craving other things, and that's literally what you don't want. And this meal will fuel you for hours to come. Now, without further ado, what we have here is a power breakfast. I would call this the perfect breakfast, literally. Why? Because it gives you real whole foods, like single ingredient foods. It gives you a lot of protein. This breakfast has around 50 grams of protein. What it means is that it's almost a third of what I need on a daily basis. And a lot of nutrients, a lot of fiber, a lot of like magnesium, healthy fats for testosterone levels, for energy, great sources of probiotics and prebiotics for my gut health as well, for my digestion. So I'm going to show you here. Now, we're going to start with the classic eggs. 4 eggs with 50 grams of egg whites. This gives me around 25 grams of protein. Now, you can adjust this according to your numbers. You can have 2 eggs and 50 grams of egg whites, or 1 egg and 100 grams of egg whites. It depends on the amount of fat that you want to have in your diet as well. Personally, I have a lot of healthy fats on my diet because it supports my strength and testosterone levels, and even my mental cognition. So 4 eggs with egg whites. Then I have here some sardines with olive oil, and this gives me 23 grams of protein. So this is like, it's insane. As you can see, it's so easy to get protein. 50 grams just here. Eggs and a can of sardines, quality Portuguese sardines in olive oil. Then what we have here is kefir, 200 milliliters of kefir for my gut and for my digestion. I drink this every day. And then we have here some berries, great source of fiber and antioxidants, some spinach. We have here as well half avocado, half banana, 3 Brazil nuts, this one, 3 pecan nuts, this one. Okay, especially Brazil nuts, it's great for testosterone levels. It's a good source of selenium, great for testosterone and your immunity as well. So you want to have this in your diet, but don't overdo it. 2 is more than enough per day. And then I have as well avocado, and the thing with avocado is that it has healthy fats, has magnesium, so it's a great way to start the day. Now you see here as well some arugula, and as well, I probably cannot see here, but there is some beetroot as well. Now soon I'm going to tell you how many calories this meal gives me, so that you know exactly the numbers here in terms of fats, protein, carbs, everything, so that you know exactly what you're putting in your body. Then you can adjust the portions. But literally, if you wake up, even if you eat straight upon waking up, like 2 hours later, one hour later, like just don't wake up and then eat all of these. Like, give your body time to digest and to reset. So if you start the day with this, you're good to go. You're not going to have energy crash. You're going to feel great. You're going to fuel your body, fuel your mind. So this is a great way to start the day. Now let's enjoy this breakfast. Otherwise the eggs get cold, and I think they are cold already. Now let's enjoy this breakfast. So I just finished my breakfast, and I am surprised it has more protein and more calories than I was expecting. That's the beauty of tracking. So the breakfast that I just showed you has 1025 calories, 64 grams of protein, 51 grams of carbs, mainly from the banana and berries, and 66 grams of fat. This is what I call the perfect meal to break the fast. If you want to keep it low carb, then I would suggest remove the banana and you're gonna have maybe 25 grams of carbs. I'm having the banana because in a while I'm gonna do a leg workout, which is probably gonna be quite brutal. So I'm loading a little bit more on carbs. But if it was my rest day, I would decrease my carb intake. Probably I would still have the banana, that's totally fine. But what I do is on training days, I have more carbs. On non-training days, I have a little bit less carbs. So as you see, it's easy to get protein. It's not that difficult, trust me. Like just that plate of eggs with sardines, it gives me 50 grams of protein or 55 grams of protein. Then the remaining 8 grams from kefir, and then a few extra grams from the avocado and nuts, but that's almost negligible. Most of the protein comes from kefir, from the eggs, and from the sardines. So as long as you know the right sources, it's easy to get your protein. Now, this meal will fuel my muscles. It will fuel my energy. I'm not going to have any energy crash, and it gives me 1000 calories of clean fuel, single ingredient food. Now, you don't need to have 1000 calories for your first meal. I have personally around 3000 calories or so per day, perhaps a little bit more because I'm getting 17,000 steps and I work out 3 or 4 days a week. But if you want to be in a calorie deficit, you can mirror this meal, but just have a little bit less, a smaller portion, let's say. So just, for example, instead of 4 eggs, put 2 eggs. Instead of 50 grams of egg whites, make it 30 grams. Instead of 200 milliliters of kefir, make it 150. Instead of half avocado, make a quarter avocado. So adapt according to your numbers. But my goal here for you is not to focus on the calories so much, but more on the quality of the fuel that you're putting in your body and the amount of protein that you're getting, in the type of nutrients as well that you're putting in your system, because it matters. Again, I see a lot of people starting the day with bread and juice, bread and cappuccino. So if this is you, replace for this, because you're going to feel a massive difference, not only in your energy, in your body composition, but even in your mental focus throughout the day. And you're going to feel way better with yourself, and you're going to see the results as well that you're looking, because maybe you're working out, maybe you're doing a lot of cardio, lifting weights, and you don't see the results. This is probably the reason. That's why I always focus way more on what you're doing outside the gym than inside the gym. Of course, it's important, the workouts and doing the right stuff, but you need to understand what you do outside the gym, especially the type of fuel that you're putting in your body really matters. Now we wrap up this breakfast. So the second thing that you want to do in order to boost your testosterone levels, your energy, to sleep better, to get rid of the belly fat, is exactly what I'm doing right now and not what this person is doing here, which is walking and not running. When you're walking and getting sunlight, you're getting vitamin D. Vitamin D is related as well with your testosterone levels. So more vitamin D, more testosterone. It will regulate your circadian rhythm. Do it without sunglasses, because when you're doing it with sunglasses, it kind of blocks the benefits of sunlight. You want to use sunglasses after like 20 minutes, but for the sake of regulating your circadian rhythm, to improve your energy levels, the first 15-20 minutes, perhaps 30 minutes, no sunglasses, so that you give your body the signs to regulate circadian rhythm. You're going to feel more energy, you're going to feel more awake, you're not going to have energy crash, and especially useful if you're having the breakfast that I just gave you, because even though that breakfast is very low carb, it minimizes, it barely spikes my insulin, it's still good always to incorporate the habit of walking 20 minutes or even 30 minutes after the meal. Reduce a bit your glucose levels, facilitates as well gastric emptying. Preferably combine that with sunlight for the benefits that I just mentioned. Circadian rhythm, boost energy, you're going to feel more tired at night, and basically getting a little bit of sunlight will slightly increase your cortisol, which is good because it gives your body the sign to be awake. And what this does to your body is that in the evening you're going to have a cortisol crash, which is exactly the moment when you want your cortisol levels to decrease so that you feel tired and relaxed. So in the morning you want a little bit more cortisol in a natural way when you wake up, getting sunlight so that your body is awake. In the evening you want less cortisol so that you're winding down, so that you relax, so that you have a good night sleep. And the reason why I said that you should be focusing more on walking than running is because walking doesn't increase cortisol levels. Running increases
cortisol levels. And I'm saying this, of course, it's just if you do it excessively. If you like to run once a week, that's totally fine, do it. It's a great activity. But the problem is that people think that to lose fat, to boost testosterone, to get lean, they need to they need to run 6 days a week, 5 days a week, 4 days a week. That's excessive, and that will naturally lead to cortisol increasing in your body. So the sweet spot is walking. It doesn't have any impact. It doesn't increase your cortisol. You're still burning fat, going directly to fatty acids without spiking cortisol, and which will therefore lead as well to your body releasing more testosterone. So prioritize walking, not running, ideally with sunlight, what I'm doing right now, ideally as well next to the nature. And one extra tip as well, ideally breathing only through your nose and not through your mouth. So now let's finish this walk here. I think you have now an idea why this second point is so important for energy, for testosterone, for immune function, and even for your body composition. All right, which brings me exactly to point number 3, which is what I'm doing right now, which is lift weights, especially legs. As I'm getting close to 40, what I'm doing is I'm giving more emphasis on my legs, because legs is basically half of your body, and if you have strong legs, you're gonna age well. It's important to have chest, back, biceps and triceps, but let's be honest, these are the mirror muscles, like especially chest and biceps. They're good, don't get me wrong. I still love to work upper body, but in the last 2 or 3 years I've started to give more emphasis to legs, because it has a huge impact on the amount of calories that you burn. I'm literally just starting my leg workout and I'm destroyed just with split squats. Why? Because it burns a lot of calories, it uses a lot of effort from your body, that's why it's hard. Burns calories, boosts your testosterone, boosts growth hormone, and it works to your core, it works to your cardiovascular system, not city, and definitely something that you need to incorporate at least, I would say, once a week, ideally twice a week, so 2 times a week, so twice a week, strength training, leg workouts, like do some squats, some deadlifts, some Bulgarian split squats, and by the way, you don't need to do always barbell, because again, as I'm getting close to 40, what I noticed is that you still can do barbell deadlifts, barbell squats, but you want to preserve your body. Longevity is key. So if you're not feeling safe, or if you have a minor injury, so you still can do squats, but instead of doing a squat on the barbell, just do a squat on the Smith machine. I'm doing Bulgarian split squats here on the Smith machine. It's more stable, it offers more support to your back, so you don't always need to do heavy squats and heavy deadlifts. You can replace that by machines. The machines are great because it gives you more stability, and if you asked me 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I would say just barbell and dumbbells, but right now the machines are great. It offers a lot of stability, it's super safe for your joints, for your back. You can really isolate your muscles, so there's nothing wrong with that. So that's my third advice for you to boost your energy and your testosterone levels is strength training, especially leg workout, 45, 50, 55 minutes. Great to boost your testosterone, your stamina, great for longevity and to support your overall physique. So here we are after a brutal leg workout, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to tell you the exercises that I've done. Let me know in the comments down below if you want my full leg workout that I just did today in 55 minutes that absolutely destroyed my legs, but feeling great, rewarded. It's always good after the workout. And if you follow these 3 things, you're not only gonna improve your testosterone, you're gonna improve your energy, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna have a system in your life that is sustainable, that will get you to have more energy, sleep better, lose belly fat, love handles, build muscle, increase your testosterone, decrease your cortisol levels, and all these good things. Now, don't forget your high protein breakfast. It's easy to get protein as long as you're getting the right sources. Whole foods, skip the juice and the cereal. Number 2, get sunlight, walk more, run less to manage your cortisol levels, and don't use sunglasses straight upon waking up. Let the sun hit your skin. Of course, don't look straight to the sun. And then lift weights 3 to 4 days. Don't neglect legs because it's half of your body, burns calories, boosts testosterone and growth hormone, and it's key for longevity. So never skip leg day. Apply these 3. Now time for a nice shower. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Let's go.